What's good with YouTube? As you already know, Big Flacco from a convict's perspective. And I'm smashing, dashing, sliding through with a little bit of energy, man. And I got, man, a legendary guest on right now, a pioneer from the Bay. Everybody knows this individual, man. He's been one of the most, he was the first really independent, you know what I'm saying, producer, owner, label, and all that, man. He brought people like The Game forth, all these people, man. He doesn't get the he doesn't be given the due respect that he sometimes deserves, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
so,
sir.
Yeah, man. So we want to talk about the black and brown relationships that we've had in the communities, man, because there's been a lot of stuff on the internet, man. A lot of people are trying to bring separation. They're trying to cause internal conflict. And we want to bring solidarity amongst all black and brown, whether you're from the Bay or you're from out there in LA. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And this band right here was the first band to bring out the black and brown CD back in the days, man. So what's your input on this, JT?
Man, first of all, thank you for having me, bro. I'm happy to be here to speak on something that could save some lives and build some more bridges and rebuild some bridges that might have been burned through misunderstanding, miscommunication, bad information, instigators. I feel that the Latino community have supported us to the point where we owe it back to you guys to help you get to where y'all trying to go to. And over these years, I can see the Latino community have come up now in the music all throughout California, even throughout America. But speaking on California specifically, I'm proud to see that it's damn near neck and neck to me. It don't look like we just up here and y'all down there. Now it look even playing field. And I think it should continue that way, and that we should continue to do music together, do business together, market and promote each other. These things will keep the younger guys under us that's easily influenced, that they might take some of that whack 100 and be like, oh, fuck the blacks, or oh, fuck the Latinos. And I don't think that should be something that's left alone. I think it should be addressed, and I'm happy to be on here addressing it. And we're going to push this. I'm going to promote this link so that other people can see that, man, that's an illusion. In prison, it might be more difficult, because every race, from what I've learned or what I've heard from people that have been in prison, people stick together with their own to survive. You know what I mean? So sometimes it be conflict within prison that it could get promoted back to the street if shot callers start sending the shots back to the streets. But in the Bay Area where I'm from, that right there, I just can't think of no instances where it was even fighting or shooting going on between the black and brown community. Now, there have been guys from the black community that have stolen kilos, and then retaliation had to happen, but it didn't spread across the whole black community. They was looking for. So I did hear about those things. But my input right now, man, I'm praying that it could be resolved peacefully, because the black community, we have our own war going on within our own section of ourselves. So to add a whole nother race of people to our already problem that we have with taking each other out, I just don't think that should be the message that should be left alone out there. It should be this type of message where we can have communication and people can see that me and you was having this conversation and we trying to address it, so we could shed light on it. Like, hey, man, everybody don't fall for the okie doke, man. We don't got to go to war, man. But the government could be playing a hand in that too. And they use their spies, they snitches, they agents, they provocateurs to kick up dust. And Whack 100, it just seems to me that he don't mind kicking up dust, because he feel like, well, I'm not going to be affected, but I don't care what everybody else is going to go through, and I don't agree with that.
Yeah, man, we've had other people like that start channels, and what they're trying to do is there was a whole situation with that song that Figga did. Figga did the right thing. Okay, he did something that where a lot of Mexicans felt kind of offended. So a couple people that have, not big profiles, but within the Mexican community, within the Raza gang culture, which is a lot of things where we come from, someone pushed the issue, and he elected to take that song down. Much respect for doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
you know. But
Because
then you got
maybe
other people that were trying to stir the pot that were non-affiliated, and now everybody's because some people are proud to be Mexican, and you're seeing a lot more people that are from down up north and down south, Norteños and Sureños, who are interacting a lot better, right? They're having better relationships. Now you got people thinking because it's pro-Mexican that they're anti-black when it's not the case. I've had two friends that were accused of being racist because they're trying to support their community. You get what I'm saying? And see, people are trying to twist that narrative. It's like if you're black and you're proud of your black culture, I support that. You should be.
You're supposed to be. That's right.
The same thing with the Mexican. It doesn't mean that you're against, you know, the African community. You got to take care of you got to take care of your own community first before you can branch out and establish relationships with other minorities.
That makes all the sense. And whoever, I remember talking to Gold Toes, and I was telling them some of the guys up from the north side, they was seeing me down there with the Sureños, right? And I kept telling them, bro, they didn't do nothing wrong to me, and I didn't do nothing wrong to them. But Jay, you from the Bay, you know, the Southerners, they don't like blacks anyway. You shouldn't talk to them. And I'm like, bro, I haven't felt nothing but love, honor, and respect from the Latino community down south, bro. And I've never heard them tell me nothing about all those guys in the north, the Norteños, we don't fuck with them. Like, I never heard the conversation. I knew the politics was there. But every time when I used to post the pictures with the guys down from Los Angeles, it would always be somebody from the northern side that'd be like, JT, man, you ain't being loyal, man. I'm like, bro, I'm part of the peace movement. I'm not part of the drama movement. I'm not even pushing that within the black. Like, I'm from Fillmore. I'm part of Fillmore and Hunters Point squashing the beef, man. In 1992, we have not been in war since 1992. Now, there's been killings, some robberies and different shit, but as a whole, Fillmore, we don't say fuck them over there no more. That shit is dead. And that started in 1992 with me, Black C, my guys from Fillmore, his guys from Harbor Road, and that is historical in terms of saving a lot of lives.
Yeah,
That was already being picked off between each side, and by the music game helped pour water on a fire that was just burning out of control. And once the young generation, we was 18 years old, we said it's over. Whoever was older than us that had hatred for Hunters Point, they just had to deal with, man, we the young niggas, we running this shit now. All the older dudes, bro, y'all had a war, but we don't want a war no more, nigga. Not with these guys, bro.
Yeah.
RBL, Posse, GLP, we came together, man, and that Frisco Niggas Ain't No Punk song poured water over all the shit, and then it started making every other Sunny Down in Lakeview. They said they gonna squash it. Potrero Hill and Valencia Gardens. They had a lot of bodies. They said they gonna squash it, but it was through music and putting a message in the music. It helped to go to the penitentiary. It helped to go to the streets. And I think what we're doing right now, using this social media platform, this is kind of like something similar to making a song. This interview right here, even though it's one, but then we have to continue to keep pushing the message out there. And then those people who show their hand as want to keep the bloodshed going, those the ones that need to get their ass picked off. And most likely they will get themselves picked off. I think, man, I pray that the Norteños and Sureños could come together. I pray that can happen. But those that's gonna say, all right, we come together and we gonna crush the black people, now that right there, that turns into something else. That's racism right there. That's Ku Klux Klan shit. Like, you can't eliminate a whole group of people, and we can't eliminate a whole group of people. But what I respect from the Latino community, the OGs that I seen in Los Angeles, I seen them say, we took losses on our side that hurt us, and y'all took losses. That's when the black and brown was going at it in Los Angeles, and there was a lot of bodies. And when each group will go through the neighborhood, they start shooting at mamas and shoot a kid, and you know, it got out of hand. So it caused more pain for more retaliation. More pain, more retaliation. But at a certain point, some OGs started calling shots from the Latino community, and then started networking with the other blacks that was shot callers that was able to say, nah, man, we is not finna continue this. And it took courage for the brothers to do it and the Latino shot callers to do it. And then I started seeing it smoothed out in Los Angeles in a way where it just wasn't all that back and forth shooting and killing. And I was proud to see that. I was happy to see that. And I remember telling Gold Toes, I say, you know, God in control. You're not gonna be warring with Serranos forever. One day, somebody gonna make some calls, and people is gonna start coming together because the Latino community is strong. The Latino community have helped the blacks be strong, and vice versa. We have done things for each other's community that we shouldn't let nobody call no shots to say that now it's gonna go back to that old shit because that ain't nothing but the devil, man.
So I brought off Gunner. This is Gunner from Gunner's Collective. This is JT right here, man. We all know JT.
Respects, brother.
So
Gunner,
tell me about what I told him about how there's been calls of you being called racist because you're pro-racism
No.
within the African
So
community.
first and foremost, man, I'm a big supporter of the movement Black and Brown, have been since it was established. And even before me, man, my family are big advocates for Black and Brown. You know, we got a lot going on in the family. So we press the issue of Black and Brown everywhere we go. You know, lately it's been on YouTube, a lot of division. There's been a lot of division, and that's just a lot of people that are uneducated and don't know the get down. Being from Northern California, we rock a little bit differently. You know that, man. Bay Area Valley, we rock differently, man. Whereas we coexist, homes, and not only coexist, I felt like the Black and Brown, we basically, man, were one. You know, we went through the same struggles, same EBT cards, same food stamps, same everything, same hoods, right? So we rock like that. And a lot of people don't understand that. And now as I promote, you know, I'm first and foremost for my people, I promote my raza. But when I say raza, I promote Black and Brown, period. Everybody together, one. A lot of people get the misconception and think that I'm trying to put someone ahead of someone. And so I get, you know, and you're always going to have haters in the game. You know, I get called racist or you know, prejudice. And I'm the furthest from that. You know, I've always been an advocate for the Black and Brown movement. So, you know, I know that, you know, because you're doing the same thing, man. You've been in the game. You know how it goes, man. The haters are going to hate, but they're just misinformed and uneducated.
I agree with that, with what you're saying right there, that I think people go with what look popular within their section. And a lot of people that didn't open their heart shit that can talk to the younger generation, it makes them have a darker heart also, because maybe the older guy didn't open their heart up yet, or they didn't open up their mind or open up to say that, nah, man, I'm happy to be a Latino, but I fuck with my black people too. But I gotta be Latino first. Before I could be Black and Brown, I gotta be a real Latino. Before I could go Black and Brown, I gotta be a black man that stand on my blackness. But I never felt threatened by my Latino community. Now, I think due to the rap game now, the competition side of this thing, from the rap side of it, can cause a little bit of friction or tension based on competition, but not based on, oh, we should kill them, or man, we enemies now. There is black people right now in the rap game that see the Latino got their own music, got their own shit. Whether black people listen or not, the Latino people love the Latino rap music.
Yeah.
And when Latino and black artists do songs together, that is what's gonna pour the water on. Like, man, we sound good together. This ain't about I'm better than you or you better than me. We might have had the power first, but I can see over these 30 years, the power is even playing field right now. It's even playing field. It's open for anybody to take it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, look at what Gold Toes just did. He just signed
For example.
Yeah.
See,
yeah,
that's gonna help. Ooh, that's gonna help. Ooh, that's gonna help.
Yeah, I said that. I said that when Toes did that. And you know, Julio, man, he's been a big mover and shaker in the Bay. And now he's what he's doing is he's setting a foundation right now. He's, like he says, he makes a move every day. He puts pay where it ain't, right? And that right there is the key to success. And he's about his success. You know, he's a successful businessman. And he's also a legend in the Bay, as well as someone that we need, a pillar the community that can have that voice to bring us together. Now, as far as with black and brown relations, like you said, man, the coming together, it's happening. The minorities are now becoming the majority, man, and it's up to us to set differences to the side or whatever it may be that to push forward, because hey, right now it's a shared movement. We need to continue that. Whether some people are gonna there's OGs that are stuck in their ways. And it seems like a lot of like I get it for some of the old school OGs, which it blows my mind. The youngsters, they don't care. This era is different. They don't care. They're just about their bag, whatever. Whoever's there, they're there, right? But some of the OGs are still stuck in them ways on both sides. On brown and black. And it's hard to get through. You can't teach an old dog new trick. You can if they're susceptible to it, but it's hard to teach them. But I get a lot of flack from them. But I'm saying, man, we're right here now. It's time for us to kick the doors open together. Doesn't matter who started it. Let's do this together.
Exactly, because one thing about it, up and coming artist right now, if you say the wrong shit in your music that got something to do with this black and brown shit, you just cut yourself off a whole lot of love and support. You have cut yourself off from shows. You have cut yourself off from being able to travel because you voicing your opinion in a way that could bring depth to you. You could bring yourself a big ass problem by what you say in your music. So I haven't heard no disrespectful songs, but I've seen some disrespectful videos from some people that just had, they got their platform. So people, like you said earlier, bro, you was like, motherfuckers start a YouTube channel and they just kicking up dust because now they got a voice and they just saying shit that's controversial. It's getting views. People of the like mind of the negativity, they coming to the channel, they supporting it, they leaving the bullshit comments. So that's why you could say, or you could feel that the shit, like when you hit my DM, you was like, JT, it's some shit kicking up again with the black and brown, but if it ain't got out of hand yet, but we could address this shit. And that's why I was like, yeah, let's get on. Let me make sure they can see that I'm supporting this movement, man. And I'm just one individual. I'm happy with my status of who I am. I carry some weight, but I'm not the only voice. But I want my voice to be on the record books. JT say, man, we need to keep this shit going as unity, bro.
Absolutely.
Because the government is the one that's against us all. The RICO is against us all.
I always said it's the man. That's the true enemy, right? You know what I like about you, JT, man, and I've seen it, and it's you've been doing it, man, and I've also had some discrepancy with some people over because I say the word Africanos a lot, right? That's how we grew up in Northern California, man. My African brothers, right? The Africano brothers, right?
Yeah.
I see you went and got back in touch with your roots. I see you're doing big things out there in Africa, and I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Someone who goes back to the motherland and gets back in touch with their roots and gives back to the people the foundation, man. People always get this misconception that the Africans dislike the blacks in America. And there's going to always be some understanding or misunderstandings, right? But at the end of the day, man, going back to the foundation is what it's all about. And you've been doing that.
Man, coming to Africa, October 7th to be my third year out here. And then, I go back and forth. But every time I go back to America, I always be thinking like, damn, who would have known as a black man, we was told that they don't like us in Africa. That's a real thing. That's a real concept embedded. I don't know who started it. I'm like, how can we really say that if you ain't never been to Africa? So the Africans who come to America, they start at the bottom. And then they work their way up with a different mentality. Like earlier today on my live, I say African can come to America and start working in McDonald's, just mopping the floor. Next thing you know, he on fries. Next thing you know, he on burgers and fries. Next thing you know, he is a manager. Next thing you know, he took his money, started a business, clicked up with some more Africans who came, and then they grow and take every opportunity that we shit on as Black Americans. They come to America. They don't look at it like that. They take the opportunities, and then the self-hate of being slaves. See, we were slaves, so we was taught to hate ourselves. That's why it's so easy to say, fuck them niggas over there. Man, I kill this nigga. It's so easy to say that, but I'm out here in Nairobi, Kenya, I'm in a city right now with 5 million people. They got gangs out here. I have not seen one drive-by. I haven't seen one walk-up murder. I haven't even heard the police chasing none of that shit, right? And I asked them, I say, y'all claiming Crip and y'all claiming blood, but y'all don't be like shooting, like it ain't no killing. They're like, man, that ain't popular out here, JT. Killing happen when somebody do something and you got to kill their ass for that, but not as a group of us. Fuck them other them niggas down the street and fuck them. In our community, the whole Fillmore was chopped up into all these bits and pieces where everybody taking turns to kill each other. So that's what made me be like, you know what? I was part of the Fillmore shit when we was all one. This new Fillmore, I don't like this shit. And I moved to Atlanta. I did 10 years down there. And then at a certain point, I started seeing Atlanta turning into Chicago, turning into LA, where that's why you see the Young Thug shit and all that. Man, I was in the middle of all that shit before it happened. So at a certain point, I was like, I think my time here is finished. And then somebody from Africa invited me to say, could you bring the independent game that you did in the Bay in Atlanta? Could you help us with some shit out here? I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn, I really got an invitation from Africa. Now, if I didn't take this opportunity, I could be dead or in jail or going through the RICO shit right now in Atlanta because of my activities, having to defend myself. And then, you know, it's an active little war going. I was up under that for like 7 years. But at a certain point, I started saying, man, I got to take this shit back over here. They asking for me. Let me just take a chance. And when I came, I started seeing, man, all these motherfuckers around here, it looked like nothing but thugs and criminals all around. Because the black man, we look at each other like, shit, I got to watch this nigga. Damn, I got to watch it. Because we don't know what a black man going to do. Nigga might flip out for no reason. But then I got to see, damn, man, that stereotype from America, I could really leave that in America. Out here, you got to deal with these first. This is what's more important out here. And everybody deal based on respect. If you give respect, then you get respect. I'm walking around out here with pockets full of money, doing my shit, promoting. Ain't nobody never tried to press me. Money can't buy love. Money can't buy respect. But when they see that I come with that right hand and I'm shaking hands and I'm looking, you know, man to man.
Yeah.
So I'm giving my energy of love, honor, and respect of where I'm at. They gave that shit right back to me, man. And I was like,
absolutely.
I'm finna live in Africa for a few more years while that war, that black on black war shit going on, self-hate. We gotta wake up as black people because we have done so much in the way of building, but now we tearing it down. And imagine all the black rappers that's dead right now. Back in the days, a rapper wasn't dead, man. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Every week. Yeah.
Self-hate took over. But if you look on YouTube right now and type up dead rappers from 2022, you're gonna see 75 guys dead. And when they show the guy, they say, yeah, this is the guy such and such. But then when you hear the music, yeah, I'm killing niggas, fuck them niggas, I'm killing, and then they end up dead. I'm like, see, the gangster shit right now is self-destructive. Now, I don't know if the Latino community is going through that same thing where the rappers is getting killed. The person with the voice in the community, the person that's worth some money, motherfucker killed a guy from the neighborhood. He was the money for the neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh, it happened. It just happened recently with Lil Travieso from Colorado. He was a young 19-year-old or 20-year-old up and coming rapper, and he was killed behind behind music and gun violence. It's unfortunate, but we see that back in our days every once a year or something. It's happening every week now.
Every week, bro. So
every week.
I recognize that. I say, well, why did God let me get an invitation back to the motherland? None of my people ever said, oh, we going to Africa. That has never, we say we go to Mexico before we going to Africa, man. I'm going to Cancun and be happy with that. Never did we think, man, I'm not going to no fucking Africa, man. I heard they be chopping people up and I heard they kidnapping, I didn't even know they had cities over here like this, man. So I'm definitely now a pioneer on a worldwide scale now.
Yeah.
By default, even if that wasn't my goal, I don't see nobody from America around this bitch that's a rap artist with a name. So, what you just said about, going back to my roots, I start feeling like a real black man again where I love my people. I don't be over here thinking who I gotta shoot. When I come to America, man, I gotta put all them guns on me, man. I gotta take my wife and my kids. When we go to Walmart, I got to have it on me. When we at the gas station, I got to have it on me. Everything. And I'm not looking at a Latino or a white man that I'm worried about. These little niggas standing at the gas station with these masks on.
No.
Motherfuckers got realized with the mask on. Man, that don't look like nothing positive. I better hold my shit when I'm walking in this gas station. And every day on YouTube, I'm seeing random people getting their ass knocked down. And they wasn't gang members. It's robbery gone wrong. Attempted robberies, attempted 211 turned into a 187. These elements. So when we talk about black and brown unity, the brown community dealing with their issues, the black community dealing with their issues, but through music, we could put messages out there for the next generation. Like you said, the older guys might not, they might not be ready to do that shit. But I think the younger generation, I don't think they all the way got poisoned yet. Like in the Bay Area, I see the black and brown working together great in the Bay Area.
You gotta get rid of people like say Whack 100. He's made comments towards the Mexicans many times, man. This dude Charleston. I don't know if you've heard about Charleston White. Have you heard about him?
Charleston White Day's number.
Yeah, man,
even though he worked with the police and he said it. If you bother me, I'm calling the police. That's gonna work for a certain amount of time. But one day, brother, you're gonna be walking somewhere and maybe you run into the Latino community and they might not be nice to you, sir.
Yeah, it takes a while to dial. You know what I mean? So it don't take long for the bullet to hit you. He's definitely, his days are numbered, man. And like, hey, we just recently had a YouTuber, pretty popular YouTuber. Same thing happened with him, man. He was very boisterous and liked to challenge people, and he got knocked down. You know what I mean? This happened a week ago. So I mean, when you ask the devil to come knock at your door, he'll come.
Oh man.
He'll come.
What's that? What did he say? You voting for this shit. So you got elected, nigga. You want to be all that? Well, you got elected when the bullets hit your ass because that's what you said. You was talking like that. So nobody's gonna feel bad for you, man. You asked for that. I don't wish no bad on them brothers, but it's just the reality. Social media is the streets. What you say, you can and will be used against you, like what they call it, the memorandum rights.
Oh, the Miranda rights. Yeah, and I've always said, JT, I've always said that. I said the most important part of the Miranda rights is anything you say can and will be used against you. They're telling you they're going to use it against you.
When I was young, I didn't never pay attention to. Now you can talk to us, but whatever you say can and will be used against you. They say it so fast that if you're young, you're not paying attention. So you might just start trying to explain yourself, and all your explaining just put your ass away the same way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Charles White, he's doing it on his own, and he loving the clout from it. And the clout chasers, you know what happened to them, man. It never turns out right. That's too much disrespect to too many different people, too many different religions. He talking about Muslims. I mean, I don't know why. Like, bro, where did you get all this anger from, my guy? Where did that? Something must have happened to him. He definitely don't have it all. I ain't no way. Even though there's people did shit and I didn't say shit that I stand on. But it's a limit to that shit. Like, okay, some shit I'm just gonna keep my opinion to myself.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I put my whole opinion out there. I gotta put what I feel I can stand on. But the other dark side of it, keep that shit to myself, man.
No doubt, man.
So JT, you've always been a trendsetter, right? You were like the first one to really find it. Rappers from down LA bridged that gap back in the days when you were the one that actually found the game. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. A lot of people don't know that. Before the game went and did a sting with 50 Cent, The man right here had the Black Wall Street album with him, man.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know,
And it started with Daz Dillinger. Really, it started with Snoop Dogg. You know, I'm the guy that brought Snoop Dogg to Master P. I brought Snoop Dogg to the first business I did with Master P and Snoop Dogg was me and Snoop did a song for the I'm Bout It soundtrack. And I submitted that. When P asked me to submit a song, I submitted the song with me and Snoop. But P said, shit, I can't let you put that song on there with Snoop. I'm about to sign Snoop. Just give me another song. I was like, God damn it. And Snoop was asking me, man, what's up with P? You know, what's up with P, man? I'm in this death row shit. I'm trying to get up out this shit. And then they hooked up. And then boom, the rest is history. So even stuff like that, that's what led to me and Daz Dillinger working together. Because he started talking about, man, I'm stuck on death row. I was like, man, fuck Suge, not in a bad way, but fuck that contract. Come to the Bay, nigga. We could press the tapes up ourselves and sell the distributor, nigga. So I helped him make his first 25,000 in a few days. That nigga was, he said, JT,
he was on.
let's do another one, JT. Boom, we did 2 albums. Then the Outlaws came to me. Man, we stuck on death row. I said, come to the Bay. Let me take you over to the Bay side. Then them niggas. So,
you know what? I've always appreciated, JT, how the Bay has always moved independently. I mean, there are some artists that signed to big labels, but for the most part, 40, yourself, a lot of other individuals have moved independently. And that's what separates the Bay from a lot of the other areas.
yeah.
Is the Bay does it themselves. You know what I mean? They do it themselves.
I mean, JT's the first app, you know, black brother to do out there in the Bay. First,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then Gold.
Man, I was dwelling in the last 24 seconds with you.
You know what I mean?
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that love too, man. You know, Gold Toes had an idea. He watched me and Herm and Master P do them compilations, and he came and said, man, I want to do a compilation, man. I want to call it Black and Brown 17 Reasons. I was like, let's do it. 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 No talking. We ain't got to talk about it. And the first song I did was Black and Brown.
That's my favorite one off the album.
Yeah, that's
Come
right.
on,
Yep.
man. And Louis Lowe. Shout out
Yeah,
to Louis.
Lowe.
You know what I mean?
Just get it popping. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
really changed the dynamics of the streets, though, bro. Like, I don't think you understood how much impact that had.
You know, part of this positive movements and helping to resolve shit using rap music, that was my gift. Like, damn, people was attracted to me by what I'm doing, my music, my success, my ingenuity, my independency. But Minister Farrakhan, I got to give him the credit. He said, brother, when God bless you to do something that impact people, you just can't benefit just you, your mom, your wife, and kids. You got to help humanity. You got to help your people first. But then the next people came was the Latino people, and it was Gold Toe. So I remember what the minister said, and then I thought about it. He always said the black and brown is really one. The government is making it be separate. We come from one people. We got pyramids in Africa, pyramids in Mexico. Hey, man, it's the same people. The color might be a little different, but it's the same people, the same essence. And that's what I said. I'm glad that I could be part of that, and having this conversation make me proud that I made that decision. You know
Absolutely,
what I mean?
man.
Gold Toes didn't have no rappers or nothing. He just came and said, I want to do a compilation. The only rapper he burned was Louis Lowe. And then from there, more rappers started getting on Black and Brown. And then he developed into, Gold Toes, GT Digital. And I'm proud of him. He did.
Yeah,
he did
he's definitely making moves.
I want to stay out of prison. He said, I don't want to go back to jail.
And now he's starting to wiggle down south a little bit. He's been on the, Tony A. the Wizard. I'm pretty sure you probably know of him. He did stuff with Dr. Dre. He just signed Swifty Blue. So he's making moves that are smart, and he's keeping relationships with all kinds of different races. Like, hey, we can all do this together. It's a smart move, man.
Smart move, bro. Smart move, man. Smart. And Gold Toe helping a lot of black artists. A lot of artists trying to go. So I think I just think it's a blessing, man. And this conversation, I think hopefully it could spark some more conversation so it can continue. You know what I mean? To let people see the black and brown talk platforms like this. The more the interview like this, your platform, we got to keep this shit going, bro. So if you need to call me again or something, or want some input, I'm going to make myself available. Out here right now, I know you can see it's fucking it's nighttime. It's nighttime out here.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
It's 8:41 out here right now.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna let Gunner. If Gunner has any questions, you know, what I mean, I'll let him ask, and then we'll let you do a little final, you know, farewell on this awesome fucking podcast today. But
Yeah, man.
so shouts out to you for pushing it, man. You know, you got Gunners Collective, you got Convicts Perspective, you got the Rojo Room, you got Dubs, you got all these cats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That are pushing the same narrative to bring this change, man. So
yeah, definitely.
I've been staying in the cuts, believe it or not, and I've been seeing what Gunner's been going through. I've been seeing what does it, and they're pushing a righteous movement. I'm like, you know what, man? I'm tapping in with JT because we need someone to come out here and show them what time it is, man.
Yeah.
I think over these next days, I will make myself available so we continue it. Because this is the start, but I'm voice do matter. So therefore, if ain't nobody else repping for y'all and put y'all on this, then you got me right now.
We appreciate you, brother.
We need to bring all my bros come on this
exactly
platform. Well, on the next one, I'll probably have you go on Gunner's channel, man. Gunner's Collective, and then you know what I mean, there's other people, you know what I mean, Doug,
appreciate you.
You know what I mean? We can all push this line, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I appreciate it, brother. You know what I appreciate is that you have the mentality to spark a flame, man. And we all need to get that same mentality. We're all people striving for the same thing. We're all trying to get to the bag, self-preservation, safety, security. That's what we're all after, man. Just living, you know, trying to live our life. But we got to get to that same mentality, man, where we're all on that same page of doing it with peace and in unity. And I'll tell you right now, everybody could win, you know. There's always going to be divisive people. That's the nature of the beast. That's what this world is, right? But it's up for us to have voices and platforms and status in the streets to overcome that. And I think with us coming together, we could do that, brother.
Let's do it, man. And God in heaven smiling at an effort of men trying to bring peace. It say, blessed is the peacemakers. Whoever is promoting that, even if your hood ain't all the way with it. When we hooked up with RBL Posse, they was from Hunters Point, Harbor Road. Some of my people like, bro, why you fucking with them? And I'm like, bro, we listening to their music. I know we don't know them dudes like that, but I think it makes sense. They called Black C called our, you know, back then it was a payphone.
Yeah.
He called the payphone and was talking to the homies like, bro, we need to squash this Fillmore Hunters Point shit, man. We need to squash this shit so we can all do this music and we want to be able to come to Fillmore. I'm like, man, we fuck with y'all already. They dope ass album. Put like this. Maybe if they didn't have no music out and they just called, we probably wouldn't have did it. Like, oh, that's a setup. They want us to come to Hunters Point on their block talking about squashing. But since it was RBL Posse, everybody in our hood, we listening to RBL Posse. We loving the music. It made it easy to do this. And we said, fuck it, we gonna say Frisco niggas ain't no punks. Not Fillmore niggas ain't no punks or Hunters Point. No, let's say San Francisco. Let's say Frisco niggas ain't no punks.
Exactly.
Because our city, we gotta come together. Then we could branch out. That's like the same thing with Mac Mall. I called Kyrie from Young Black Brother Records to buy a beat for my album because I like what him and Mac Dre did. I like the album him and Mac Mall did. But Fillmore and Crestside, it's some people from Fillmore who live in the Crestside. But some situation happened and the Mac got killed by somebody from our neighborhood, so they didn't like none of us. But shit, we didn't do it. We was young. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But when I called Kyrie, he wasn't at the office, and Mac Mall answered the phone. And Mac Mall said, shit, Kyrie not here, but shit, nigga, me and you could do something. Man, I drove to the Crestside by myself, picked that boy up, and brought him back to Fillmore. And when we did the song Game Recognized Game, it was Game Recognized Game in the Bay. I did Frisco. Now it's a chance to squash some beef again. Because Mac Mall wasn't my enemy, but his Crestside people, they didn't like that. One of our people killed one of their people. But when we did that song, it squashed the beef automatically. So I just feel like these two scenarios of me doing that with RBL, me doing that with Mac Mall, what we're talking about is like another situation, like those situations. I'm gonna use my face, and I'm not doing this like I got paid to do this. I'm doing this because it's from my heart. I'm wearing Africa, but if I can say something right, I gotta help pour water on a situation before it get out of hand. And I need my face on this right now. I need my voice to be recorded. JT stand, bro, and then people that follow me, they gonna follow behind.
Appreciate you, brother.
Makes
I
sense.
say it all the time on my platform. Music is a universal language, right? Man, it can start and end wars, man. We're trying to end them, man. And we're trying to end them before they start, you know?
Right, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
We're recording right now.
He's hit me again.
Hold up.
I'm available as soon as you're ready. Tomorrow, the next day, whenever. At this time, I'm available about 8 o'clock. Because I know out there it's probably morning time or something. It's morning out there.
Yeah, it's 10. It's about almost 11.
We're gonna end this right now. We're gonna talk real quick for like 2 minutes. I'm gonna end this podcast right now and exchange everybody's information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Salute.